It's now my great pleasure to introduce to you a young poet, Jay Chavez, who will be kicking off our program. Jay is a sophomore at Wakefield Public High School in Arlington. She's of Salvadoran and Honduran descent. When I heard the poem Jay will perform tonight at the finals for the DC Youth Slam team last month, I knew we had to invite them here tonight. Jay didn't make the team this year, but Jay is only a sophomore. So I'll be rooting for them next year, and I know you will too. Jay Chavez. You want to stand? Sure. So speak right into that mic.
Hi.
More. Louder.
Is this okay?
Louder.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can it go any shorter?
Make it shorter? Probably.
Okay.
There we go.
This is an open letter to the boy who made fun of the way my mother looked after he saw me hug her. It was how you laughed and sneered at me, having the nerve to ask how old mother was because she looked like she could be my grandmother. It was the way you picked her apart piece by piece, poking fun about how she would stand, how her voice spoke heavy with accents that you can't even pinpoint, mimicked her broken English as if she isn't trying hard enough in the best way she can, in a country that forced her to reject her mother tongue. That is what earned you a black and blue memory. Do not act surprised when my anger made contact with your face as if you didn't deserve it. Do not ask for my apology. I would say I'm sorry that my mother chose to wear her history on her skin, the way it stretches and crinkles near her eyes, like crumpled up pieces of paper of a story that wasn't meant to be told until now. But I'm anything but apologetic. Why would I be ashamed that my mother can tell her story without even opening her mouth? Every mark on her skin is a chapter of her life, her hardback spine showing the contents of a story too good for you to even understand. It is the way she clutches at her chest because her heart can't take it anymore. Because the heartache started a long time ago, diagnosed in a suitcase full of only what was necessary and a quick goodbye to all she's known. Only luxury she ever had are her memories of home inside of her head, a reminiscence that had hips that swayed to the beat of merengue music that played in the streets, filled with dust-covered kids with big hearts and big dreams of a better life. Kids with eyes far older than they should have been, turned breadwinners to single mothers, but we all just tried our best, even though we knew there was no winning here. The town went to bed with a faraway dream, but my mother was never much of a dreamer, so she woke up that night, kissed her family goodbye as she began to walk millions of miles to an American dream she wasn't even certain was going to come true. Learn to swim in the rivers they try to drown her in. It is the way her ears would ring with gunshots that she tries to block out as she calls her family to tell them that everything is alright. Everything is alright. She says this like a prayer because believing in anything is a miracle right now. Yeah. Reaching the border might have been the easiest task of them all. If only my mother knew it wasn't a wall after all. She began to run in a race she didn't choose to run in, hurdle after hurdle, struggling to breathe in a new language, exhaling accents thick with our history. Learning to respond to names whitewashed and easy to pronounce because you can't roll your R's, even though she rolls over and becomes the ground you step on, misshapening her back with the bruises of your foot soles. Yet she still manages to keep her head high because she is taller on the fences she had to cross and she is stronger on the wall she had to break. So when you go home, bad-mouthing me to your mom, be grateful about the black eye I just gave you. Yeah. Because now your skin has a story of its own. Thank you.